Greek scholars, AjaySinghChaudhary, Ohisan Heidegger, Ohisan cosplay philosophy, Allah, Salome, Salome, AjaySinghChaudhary, Gigantomachia Peritesusias. Gigantomachia Peritesusias. The battle of giants about being itself. Formerly, in the United States of America, there was such a thing as rational discourse. People my age and younger, older than me, my predecessors, our ancestors, our predecessors, they established a economico-political cultural regime after the Second World War entirely structured by the standoff with the Soviet Union. Let us not forget the fact the rational character of the discourse prior to 2016, certainly prior to 9/11, prior to Clinton. So I think if you go step by step back in the genealogy, you can probably trace where the milestone events, where breaks in rationalistic good faith dialogue starts breaking. We arrive at the point that we are now, where everything is noise. Are you listening to this? No, nobody's listening to this. Nobody's listening to me speak right now. Why? Why? Is it based on what I'm saying? Is it the way that I look? No. Because as it turns out, the way that I look and the way that I sound, unfortunately, very unfortunately, work in my favor. Very unfortunately. I tried for several decades to really tamp things down, especially after I graduated high school, tamp things down, be an adult. Do it with the words alone, Rational discourse. Make the object. Put out records. Establish several dozen relationships with real estate brokers and stockbrokers. Manage a real estate empire. Get 2 philosophy degrees. Now I'm just congratulating myself. That's not the point, to congratulate myself, because, well, with that much work that's put in, that much intellectual work that's put in over the course of 40 years especially, there's even more than 40 years, it's more like 45 years, but 40 years, I mean, it's December 30th, what did I say, Holiday Bowl, December 30th, Oklahoma versus Wyoming. It was that day. That day is the beginning of everything that I'm talking about right now. So, our dear leader has single-handedly, not by one event, but by a protracted series of events, since roughly 2016, our dear leader has destroyed rational discourse. Not only is there a logical dimension of this, but there's also a kind of I mean, there's an attention component that I am very hesitant to discuss, because even though I have things to say about attention, the word attention, I would wager, is fairly meaningless. It's a these days, and it's a good example of the stakes, because if you hear the word attention when Ezra Klein pounds the table about it, you hear the word attention and you don't think about it, but you should really think about this, actually, Ezra, because you keep pounding the table about attention, but then we stop paying attention to the word attention. So, if there's a spectrum or a scale or a range, a scalar distinction, going from Planck scale up roughly to sentence scale resolution, I mean, that is a measurable limit. I've marked 2 ultimate further limits of the scale. We can actually gauge how fast your brain is processing the information from each sentence I speak, period. Speak. I, each speak, speak each, speak eachy. Nietzsche, Peachy, the speak eachy. It's all there. It's all right there. AjaySinghChaudhary. When do you sing, Chaudhary? Do you sing in Chennai? It's music season in Chennai right now. Are you there? Where are you from, Chaudhary? North India, Punjab, I don't know. One time, right before the class, I introduced myself to you, Professor Chaudhary. Hi, I'm Dimitri. Hi, how's it going? Hi. Oh, yeah, well, what are you into? Uh-huh. Yeah. Now, Professor Chaudhary was teaching a course which I was enrolled in, this is just a few months ago, on Karl Marx and, what was it? Gillian Rose, I think. Critical theorist, you know, Adorno, Benjamin, Lukács, and, all this likely suspects. Okay. So anyone who knows anything about all that knows Hegel by heart. So I started talking about Hegel, and I said, hey, Professor, do you know any of the Pittsburgh Hegelians? Like, do you know Brandom? And he goes, oh, I don't know Hegel. That's all. Oh. Okay, well, nice to meet you then. See you in class. I mean, is that how you strike? Is that how you meet a philosopher you've never met before? You've never heard of before? Professor Chaudhary, how do you know what I know? I know what you know. You're very public. You don't know what I know. And the only thing of substance that you care to say to me is, I don't know Hegel. How does the founder of the Brooklyn School for Social Research utter the words, I don't know Hegel? Hey, this is testimony right here. I don't think I recorded it. I wouldn't have done that. But look, if you fancy yourself a scholar of Karl Marx and you don't know Hegel by heart, you have to go back to school.